Hey everyone, Dwayne Cotton here. Hey, I wanted to do this video to talk to you about the dumbest commercial I think I've ever heard on the radio for a local HVAC company advertising their services. And the reason why it's dumb, well, let me tell you. I'm not going to tell you who it is. And look, first of all, it's their company, their dollars, their advertising. They can do and say what they want to do. That's quite obvious. I just think it is setting the wrong tone, the wrong message, and I don't want any of you to fall into this trap. So I don't know exactly word for word, but basically it says, we employ service technicians that fix stuff. They're not professional salespeople. We're not here to sell you anything. We don't have service salespeople. We fix, we repair, we help you out. Okay, so I don't know if that's a noble... I don't think that's a noble message. So basically what they're saying is that if there's a problem with your AC or your furnace, are they giving you the part or are they selling you the part? You see, a service technician is in sales. They're selling their service, they're selling their ability, their confidence. They're selling the company that they work for, the brand, by driving a hopefully clean, nice vehicle that's lettered up and it identifies the company and what they do. Maybe there's a uniform, not even really a uptight uniform as I call them, the button up with the name on it. Maybe it's a nice company t-shirt or a sweatshirt. Pants are all the same style, same color, so there's some uniformity there, hence the word uniform. But it doesn't have to be the button up, and but even though those are cool, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with a crisp uniform. But they're selling parts, aren't they? If your compressor's bad, are they selling you a new compressor, or are they just saying, well, I'm not in sales, so sorry for your luck, I'm out of here? No, they're going to sell you a compressor, they're going to sell a capacitor, they're going to sell a contactor, or whatever, maybe a wire shape. They're selling their labor to you. So I get what they're trying to say. If you call us, we're not going to have somebody come out and tell you you need a new system and that's it. Well, maybe you do need one. And if you need one, then what? You allow a hot lead to go cold by scheduling, and this is what I teach. Trust me, I teach this to everyone. Your service technicians are some of your best salespeople. When you leave a client's house and you turn them over to a sales department, unless that salesperson happens to be in the area, in the neighborhood, you allow that lead to go cold, because now they start calling other people, they start thinking about it. Now, don't get me wrong, you want your clients to have time to consider, do they want to do this or not? You're not trying to make them buy and sign something, but people will actually, they have a need, most people, most consumers, have a need to get something off their plate, off their mind. They're thinking about it, they want to make a decision, and you're there to help them make that decision. So I used to do this as, in this state we have 3 days, you have 3 days to back out of a contract. So it's like, hey, I'd point that out right here, don't waive your right to that. Now if it's no heat and it's freezing cold, or no AC and it's 100 degrees outside, most people say, hey, I'm waiving this, get this thing in here as soon as possible. But let's just say it's 70 degrees and they need to replace their system because of cracked heat exchangers in the furnace, or it's a bad compressor in an R22 unit that is 23 years old. All right, so that's a perfect scenario right there. I don't care what condition it's in. It needs to be replaced for that reason alone. So let's just say that you give them a quote and they're happy with it. You schedule it. Your company schedules it, they install department installs the equipment, you get paid, everyone's happy. Well, what if scenario 2 would be that they sign the contract, they talk to a neighbor, oh, you should have called this other guy, he comes out and looks at it, gives them another quote, and of course, the hero is always the guy with the less bad news, or the cheapest price. And so then they decide, well, we feel like we bought in a hurry, let them out of the deal, that type thing. Just, you don't want anything to do with them at that point anyway. But as the owner of the company, I'm trying to remind them that, just because someone else said something's not as bad or less bad news, that they're right. Sometimes they can be naive or not as experienced and not as professional. And also, if the price is a lot cheaper, that's a warning flag, maybe a couple $100, no big deal. If your price is $6,000 and theirs is $3,000, hey, you know, red flags should go off anyway. Get a tiebreaker, call someone else, a reputable company. But getting back, see, I always get on these tangents. We could talk about service all day long, something that I actually know well. By the way, I'm not an R&R influencer. I don't read and regurgitate or read and repeat. This is stuff that I know about, that I've had to deal with for, I guess, 30 years now. Being a service technician, of course I'm not now, but that's in my blood, right? How to communicate with people and how to fix their problems, make them go away. But this commercial saying that their service techs are not there to sell you anything. They're, like I said, all the things that they're there to sell: the company, their experience, their knowledge, their confidence, their parts, to sell you a solution to your issue, sell you maintenance agreements. They're in sales. They just don't. I think they must think that selling's a bad thing. I don't understand that. Like, it's not a bad thing. If you call me for no heat or no AC, you have a problem. I'm here to sell you a solution. It might be a simple wire repair. It might be a relay. It might be Freon. It might be a leak. Who knows what it is? But it's going to be a lot of stuff. And by the way, I just noticed I have a little bird over here chirping that wants to get in this birdhouse right there, and I had no idea they were in there, so I'm getting ready to split. So I guess I've got to find a new word. All right, well, hang on, dude. Let me get out of here. I had no idea we had a bird's nest in there. Wow. So that part of my porch is off limits. By the way, high standards is getting along with nature, being a good person. But look, the dumbest commercial that I think I've ever heard in my life was a service company telling their clients that their workers are not in the sales business. Just their employees, and particularly their service technicians. So anyway, don't fall into the trap. We're all in sales. As Grant Cardone sells, you're either buying or selling, but you're in the sales process. Understand that selling solves problems. It solves your clients' problems. And don't ever fall into that. So anyway, see you guys later.